Welcome to Japji Sahib, Pauri 15. When we are very young, just stepping into adulthood itself seems like a big challenge. The transition phase from teenage to adulthood is very difficult for some people. At a young age, when you encounter the problems of the world, the responsibilities of adulthood, you think that the obstacles lie outside. You feel that the trigger for my stress is him or her, or it is this particular situation, or it is this particular thing that I have. And what do we try to do? We try to change that thing, alter that situation, or run away from that situation. Try to change the people in our life, go away from some people, or blame people. We focus on the external world and try to change that so that the inner environment becomes peaceful. In the end, that's what we are all looking for, right? That the inner environment becomes peaceful. But does this really happen? Does the inner environment become peaceful by changing the external objects? Have you noticed that when you change the object, for a little while you feel that you are now at peace? Actually, it is just a sense of relief that you get from the thought that this object was the cause of my stress. It's not relief from the object, it is relief from the thought of this object is the cause of my stress. Are you getting this? After some time, the same pattern repeats in our life with the new object. It doesn't matter whether the new object is a person or a situation or a thing. So, really, changing an external person, situation, or thing does not take away internal stress. Again, I'm not saying that if you are in a toxic relationship or a toxic environment, you should not change it. Of course, please use your power of discretion to determine where what is required. But be aware that the ego manipulates this freedom into every situation. So, even where it is not required, you blame external people, situations, and things. This becomes a habit pattern. For example, have you seen people who are always cribbing about how everything is? If it is summer, they say, oh, it is too sunny. If it is winter, they say, oh, it is too cold. If it is raining, they say, oh, it's too humid, there's too much rain. Everything becomes negative outside for this person who has inculcated an internal negative habit pattern. Do you see what I'm saying? The ego is the cause for this negative habit pattern. It holds on to something and goes on and on and on. And if you give the freedom to this ego to continue its mama drama, it's not going to stop and it's going to become your habit pattern, which in turn is the cause for your own internal stress. Do you see how a small little trigger from the external environment can create a negative habit pattern in me? Why? Not because that little external object had that power. I, in my foolishness, gave that power to that external object by constantly reacting and letting the ego loose to do whatever it wants. Do you see what I'm saying? You check within yourself what are these negative habit patterns that have been caused by you only and are the cause for your own stress. If you understand this, you will understand that the obstacles are caused by us. The obstacles are not caused by external people, situations, and things. If you gain the power of cutting that cord from that external object, it doesn't matter if that is a big fire outside, inside you will be cool like the deep blue ocean. You will not catch fire inside. Why? Because you have learned to cut that cord. Only you can do it. It is your own intention to really find that inner coolness that will take you there. If you are not able to find it, it is because your ego is too strong and you have given it too much power. It does not let the soft side of you recognize that you yourself have that power to break that cord. So start working on yourself. Recognize that the obstacles lie within. The path is also within. If there are obstacles on the inner path to myself, it is unto me to remove those obstacles. Till the time I look for help outside, I am looking in the wrong place. Just like Mullah Nasruddin lost the keys inside the house but started looking for them outside. Then you will become Mullah. So don't be Mullah Nasruddin. Now we move on to Pauri 15. मन ने पावै मुख दुआर, मन ने परवार साधार, मन ने तेरे तारे गुर सिख, मन ने नानक पवै ना बिख, ऐसा नाम निरंजन होए, जी को मन जाने मन कोई. मन ने पवै मुख द्वार. Mukh Dwar, the door of liberation. So the door of liberation is attained through Manan. How? Because Manan itself takes you back to the source from where you have come. You have come from silence. There is absolute silence in the womb of the mother. That is where you came from. Every night you go back to that silence, to that source. That is how you are able to rest. In deep sleep, you are right there in your core. you are actually already liberated. You don't need to find liberation. The only problem is you have become mullah. You have started looking for peace outside. It is not here. It is right there in that same core where you rest in deep sleep every night. The key lies in recognizing this core and being able to get established in that core moment to moment to moment. You practice with eyes closed and then open the eyes and bring it into your daily routine. Being in that shunyata, the silence of the self. Establish there, right there. Abide in the core. When you find that the silence is sweeter than the thoughts, then you will be able to rest in that silence, in the gap between the two thoughts. But the problem for you is that you find thoughts sweeter than silence. This pulls you out of that silence. It is your own craving that pulls you out of your own silence. So wake up, recognize the truth, recognize the nectar of silence. When you recognize that nectar, you somehow just gain that skill automatically to stay in that pause between two thoughts, in that gap between the breath, in that silence. You become established. Then, even if the breath goes in and out, even if the thoughts start moving, you are so established, you don't leave your core. You don't jump in the front. You have found home. Find home. That is what you are thirsting for. And that is Mukh Dwar, the door of liberation. मन ने परवा रे साधार, मन ने तरे तारे गुरसिक. Both of these go together. मन ने परवा रे साधार means by manan, one uplifts himself as well as his family. मन ने तरे तारे गुरसिक. By manan, the Guru himself crosses the ocean of misery and helps others cross this ocean of misery. Now, we have to understand what is the family here. Is he talking about mother, father, brother, sister, child? No. He is talking about that family which is created while walking on the path of spirituality. The relationship of a parent to a child has a reason. The reason is because the parent gave birth to the child. The relationship with your spouse is also based on a reason. It is conditional. There is desire for companionship, lust of the body, desire for progeny. The relationship with anybody, including your neighbor, has a reason. So at least when you run out of milk or sugar or curds, you know whose door to knock. All our relationships have reasons, except for those relationships which are formed because of a common path devoid of any seeking of benefit from the other. When you walk on the path with a guru or with other guru brothers or guru sisters, or you walk on the path and there is another spiritual friend that you have, that you meet, there is no reason for this relationship. There is no seeking of benefit from the other. It is a natural relationship caused by dharma. Dharma has brought you both together in the same room, and the relationship is formed. Yes, if you make it a seeking relationship after that, then ego has come in. But in its pure nature, this is the relationship formed on account of dharma. Dharma here is not religion. Dharma means the law of the universe. Because both of you were attracted towards the law of the universe, the teachings of the path, and find yourselves together. This is the family that we are speaking about here. Two spiritual friends walk together hand in hand, help each other, and go to the other side. This tie is stronger than the tie in your own family. Of course, the ego can come in and mess up every tie. So, next homework for you is to look within and see, have you allowed your ego to come in and mess up your spiritual family? Clean it up. Clean it up. Don't seek benefit. If there is another person seeking benefit, distance yourself. Carve your own little path. You have to walk on your own carved path. This is one family that has no seeking of benefit from the other, that does not take advantage of the other. Keep this family pure, and then only this family helps in uplifting the other. They walk hand in hand and reach the other shore. By Manan itself can this family reach the other shore. This family, which is consisting only of spiritual seekers, again I say quote unquote sincere spiritual seekers, because there are many insincere ones around also. So you become very wary of the insincere ones and maintain a distance from them. You walk the path like a horse. A horse has blinders. He's not looking here, he's not looking there. He does not get distracted. He's very clear. The focus is on the goal. He is not strayed even by the craving to be with the Guru. He is not strayed even by the craving to sit and just gossip with the other spiritual family. He does not get distracted from his goal. His goal is very clear and pure. You keep your goal clear and pure. Manan automatically starts happening. And by Manan, you will be able to cross the ocean of misery. Why is the samsara called the ocean of misery? Because look at it carefully. It is nothing but a series of desires. Your own mind is nothing but one desire after another desire, after another desire, after another desire, and the chain continues. Every desire brings up restlessness in you. That restless energy does not let you relax, does not let you withdraw into your core. It does not let you become silent. That restless energy pulls you out of that silence again and again and again and again and again. And when this becomes too much, there is too much of pulling from every side. There is a huge whirlpool of emotions and major tug of war from each side. It's almost like a world war in your own mind. It is nothing but an ocean of misery. You keep changing external objects, thinking that the external object is causing the misery. Wrong understanding. Wake up. Recognize that the misery lies within. I am the creator of that misery. There is nobody else to blame. One who recognizes this truth understands it not intellectually but experientially. He becomes like that person who has burnt his hand. Will such a person put his hand again into the fire? No. Such a person knows this is fire. This will burn me. And he withdraws again and again from thought. Again and again he withdraws from man. And he withdraws into aman, the state of no mind. When he is in that state of no mind, in that state of manan, he can rest there. He can relax. Even if a thought comes up that does not have the power to pull him out now, because he recognizes this is only fire. It'll burn me. And the thought loses power and goes away. Another thought comes and it's weaker and it goes away. And another thought comes and it's even more weaker. This person is able to rest in the core. This person is able to dissolve in the shunyata. This is manan. This is the meaning of crossing the ocean of misery. The Guru crosses this ocean of misery. He swims through it and he helps others swim through it. Now don't go looking for a Guru again externally. This Guru is within you. Look within, find that Guru within and dissolve into the silence within. You very well have the power to be the Guru yourself and help others cross this ocean of misery. Thus, by crossing this ocean of misery, your family is redeemed. Yeah? Your spiritual family is redeemed, is saved. Now, the same thing can flow into the next line. Manne nanak pavaina pik. By manan, one does not have to wander around begging. You will say, I am a multi-millionaire. I don't beg. I'll tell you a story. And I've said this before. Akbar, the king. He ruled over so many kingdoms. He was very, very prosperous, affluent, extremely powerful, had beautiful wives. He had everything. A beggar decides, I will go to the king because I am in a very difficult situation and I really need help. The king was praying. So the beggar waited outside. Akbar was praying. He said, please grant me this one wish, only this one wish, that I want to rule the entire country. I have a lot of kingdoms. Just a few more are left, and then this entire country will be mine. I will rule the entire country. Please give it to me. Please give it to me. He finished his prayers. He got up and turned around, and the beggar also turned around and started walking away. So Akbar said, hey, were you waiting for me? So the beggar stopped and said, yes, I was, but I don't see the point anymore. Akbar asked, why? Whatever you want, I can give you. The beggar came to him and said, when you are only begging from Allah, how can I beg from a beggar? How can I ask you to give me something? You yourself are a beggar. I just saw you begging in front of Allah. Each one of us is doing this. Each one of us is begging till the time there is an ask in the mind. Ask in Hindi is mang. Give, give me this, give me that. Till the time you are asking, you are a beggar. The problem with our egos is that it wants to advise everybody. And in that everybody comes God. As if God is not intelligent enough. As if God does not really know what should be given to you and what should not be given to you. The ego doubts even the intelligence of God's and defies that intelligence and asks for things, desires things. You wake up. Are you doing the same? Are you always wanting, begging, asking, receiving? You check. Graduate from receiving to giving. Stop asking, stop begging. So here in this line, Nanak says, Manne Nanak Bhavai Nabik, that one does not have to wander around begging once one attains that shunyata, that core. That's where you realize, aha, I am this shunyata, this peace, this silence, this that I was thirsting for, this that I was looking outside in money, in name, in fame, in prosperity. I thought happiness is there. Happiness has always been with me. It is inside. When I let go of these cravings, this ask, this receiving, this feverishness, then I withdraw into the silent core of myself. And there is shunyata. I meet myself. That is Manan. By Manan, you will not have to wander around begging. ऐसा नाम निरंजन होए, जेको मन जाने मन कोए. Such is the name of the Immaculate Lord. Again, there is no real name for the Lord, but when you're in Manan, in absolute silence, in absolute shunyata, you hear the sound of the universe, of this creation. It is almost like a little ringing in the ears. It is there constantly, but we are so lost in our thoughts and the noise of our inner environment, we miss hearing this sound of the creation. By Manan, you become so silent, so quiet, that you dissolve into this Naam or name of the Lord or the sound of the creation. It is Niranjan, immaculate, that which cannot be stained. Stained as in destroyed by thoughts, destroyed by words or sounds or emotions or the bad negative things of the samsara cannot wipe out the sound of the creation. Jeko man jane man koe. The one who really goes into that aman, the state of no mind, he tastes that jaggery, gunge ka gur, the jaggery of the one who cannot speak about it. It is so tasty, it is so yummy. Just being there is peace. Make that effort. Taste that. That is what you are really, really, really craving for. So withdraw from all these external cravings and just go within. Dive into that shunyata. Become empty, empty of all thoughts, empty of all emotions, empty of everything, and just dive in. The nectar lies within. You have been thirsting for this nectar. It is really delicious. Dissolve into that shunyata completely. Withdraw from all thoughts, all emotions. Empty out the room completely. Break the walls. Expand. Expand into the shunyata. And just be. This is what God tastes like. Just be. Just be. Jeko man jane man koe.